How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to JDC Studio. My name is Jacob, and in this video, I will rank Xandorex's top 10 favorite NCS songs. I'd say his list is one of the most diverse that I've ranked so far, which is really cool. And also, restating again for those of you who don't know, if you've requested a list for me to rank, I have a queue post that'll tell you the order. No dates or anything, because none of that's confirmed as of now. By the way, the reason new submissions are currently closed is because life has just become a lot lately, and I wanted to make sure I finished the current list that I have before I get any new ones. Especially considering I wanted to do my first RYS after this video, but since my schedule keeps getting so packed out of nowhere, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But with all that out of the way, let's get into Xandorex's list, starting with number 10. Number 10 is Marsher by Wiggez, remixed by The Clamps, which is Xandorex's 5th favorite NCS song. Sorry, but what is this? The style of DnB, which I recently figured out is called Neurofunk, might be one of my least favorite NCS subgenres because of, but not limited to, songs like this. I don't have a problem with the intro, as it's the only section free of those ultra distorted ear rapey basses, but after the first minute, the vibe goes completely lifeless and sounds unpleasant with all over the place progression that I personally don't enjoy at all. But hey, if you do, that's great. I give this a 19 out of 100. Number 9 is Dynamizer by Centric and Donny King, which is Xandorex's 6th favorite NCS song. Although this is also Neurofunk, I surprisingly like this one. However, that's mainly because of other sections and elements present here. The vocal performance over the moody piano is definitely a highlight, along with the orchestral incorporation, which heightens my enjoyment a ton at the start. And I have to admit, even some parts of the drops are fire, specifically the latter half of the first for its pulsing chord pattern and 6 snares. I give this a 71 out of 100. Number 8 is Useless by Jianghyun and Noisy Choice, which is Xandorex's 9th favorite NCS song. I really wish there were more lyrics, as what the 2 lines we got say feels like an incomplete thought, despite the somewhat relatability. About the instrumentation, I didn't see the switch up to a major key coming in the drops, but I'm glad it saves the variety in addition to the clock ticking sound the measure before those drops, even if I'm not sure how it ties into the theme. Maybe that useless things waste time? Solid song overall, I give it a 73 out of 100. Number 7 is Ignoring My Heart by T-Mass, which is Xandorex's 2nd favorite NCS song. The title made me predict something different in the light of more emotion or maybe lyrics, so I should have expected this from T-Mass, and it's great in its own regard. The sound design gives me jungle vibes even though this isn't jungle trap. The lower notes replicating the main melody and help to foreshadow are well produced, and the outro effect is on point. The only holdback is the random laughs in the last drop, which feel unsettling and contradicts the theme in my opinion, but it's not too problematic. I give this a 76 out of 100. Number 5 is Jellyfish Party by Mount Kid, which is Xandorex's 4th favorite NCS song. Of the Skies 3 works on the label, this has by far the most unique concept. The title feels accurate, or at least the second half does, while the first is primarily because of the background video. But the extravagantly groovy beat in the off drops, the most riffy melody you've ever heard in the drops, and enhanced sidetrance starting the last one really do make this feel like a party. It was really hard to decide whether I liked this or Lifelong better, but I chose this because come on, this pull-off was sick even if things got empty at times, albeit very rarely. I give this a 78 out of 100. Number 4 is Stay With Me by Spirit Link and Swole Sauce featuring Tom the Gaffer, which is Xandorex's 7th favorite NCS song. I can't tell if the vocals are auto-tuned, but regardless, they sound really nice and express a really nice theme. My potential hesitation is that the vibe was executed just a tad bit weirdly in the drops, and is slightly empty similarly to Jellyfish Party. However, I love the sound design of the verses especially, and the song generally sounds very polished. I give it a 79 out of 100. Number 3 is Hyperdrive by Koza, which is Xandorex's 10th favorite NCS song. The uniqueness is quite astonishing, something NCS really needed, maybe not as much as Need You Again though. I adore the piano in the intro and outro for similar reasons as Dynamizer, except that it's even more somber and immersive. They and the build-ups are simply incredible with the subtle vocals and oh so thrilling rising beats. The drops are definitely the weakest part, however, that doesn't mean they are weak. Quite the opposite in fact, as the chords and buzzing synth melody sound awesome to my ears. Oh, and you can't forget the reverse high piano note at the very end that could be used to symbolize your last few moments before getting knocked out. Such an unexpected listen, but I'm all here for it. I give it a 90 out of 100. Number 2 is All or Nothing by Ayaban and Guy Arthur featuring Signals, which is Xandorex's 8th favorite NCS song. For a while this was actually below Hyperdrive, but lately I've gotten a bigger whiff of these extraordinary vibes that sound oddly nostalgic despite me only discovering it when I was tasked to rank this list. And it probably just reminds me of another song I've heard before. Anyway, the intro is of course stellar, having soothing chords and a very hyping, jumpy sounding synth. The theme of the lyrics is also amazing, although I unironically feel like vocals from Guy Arthur himself would have worked better. Don't take that the wrong way though, Signals most definitely does a great job, especially in the last build-up. Finally, the drop melody sounds extremely positive and uplifting, which really enhances the otherwise standardish future house layout of those drops. Truly a highlight for 2023, although it's still not the biggest one. I give this a 91 out of 100. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new and enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to Xandorex too to support him. But for now, that's all I've got for you, so I'll see you in the next one. JDC out.